The crisis has gotten worse for Chef P's The Pink Sauce. You've probably heard of the pink sauce that has broken the internet in the past few months. People couldn't stop talking about this controversial sauce. It all began when Chef P posted a video on her TikTok account pouring a bright pink sauce over hamburgers, tacos, and chicken. Nothing was so special about this, right? But it piqued the interest of many people because they hadn't seen a pink sauce before that looked good enough to eat. It got people talking. Some thought it looked like a Pepto-Bismol, while others thought it was just ranch with pink food coloring. People were ready to put their 2 cents in, but if there was one person they were waiting to speak out about, it was Chef P. But she hasn't indulged anyone with answers. She hasn't even revealed a full ingredient list. She felt that she had every right to withhold any information about her secret sauce. After all, it was her recipe. Problems started rolling when Chef P decided to sell her pink sauce to the public. She was selling it for $20 a bottle, which is a bit expensive, and during delivery, the sauce bottles were not packaged properly. There was no temperature control, and the bottles were all delivered in the middle of July in the scorching heat. Moreover, one of the ingredients in the sauce was milk, and as you might expect, the bottles arrived damaged and messy to the buyers. People who bought the sauce started posting videos of what they got. Some people were surprised to see their bottles swollen. Swelling in bottles occurred because of bacterial growth. This means that the pink sauce was unsafe to consume. Others received their packages all messy. These incidents were just the tip of the iceberg. There were spelling errors on the label, and the nutrition facts weren't factual. It looked like no one was overseeing the production of the sauce. Chef P's pink sauce was definitely a brilliant idea, but because it blew up into something big in a short span of time, she failed to look into the right process of food production. She was in a mad dash to sell the product in public without taking into consideration the health and safety of the people who would consume it. Someone on TikTok named Allured Beauty made a review of the pink sauce. She was one of the first to do one, and she quickly became famous because of her straightforward and honest feedback. She ordered the pink sauce before it became a fuss. Throughout her video, it was clear that she was being open and honest about everything she noticed about the sauce. In her video, she showed her order receipt, which was made on July 1. The bottle she received looked fine and was not bloated or swollen. It was sealed tightly and there was no foul smell. But when she tasted the sauce, she described it as a watered-down ranch. It wasn't worth the $20 price. She also added that she didn't find the sauce disgusting, but it wasn't her personal preference. But what was surprising was that she found glitter inside the pink sauce bottle. She hadn't noticed it at first, but when someone made a comment about glitter, she immediately checked the bottle. Sure enough, she found one when she stuck her finger inside the bottle. There were glitters all over the bottle, and maybe some glitters were spilled inside. Another thing she noticed about her bottle was the lack of a front label. She wasn't sure if it was intentionally removed during production, but other people's bottles have labels on them. A lot of people commended her for her review. It was the most real and fair review made so far. Clearly, she had no intention to smear the brand. She paid $20 for it using her own money, but despite some glitches with her item, she remained unbiased. It was not only her. More people have posted their own videos unboxing and testing the pink sauce, and most of them were ruthless. She was one of the few people who had been lenient and careful in voicing her opinion. She was nice even though there was a possibility that she might get sick because of it. When the pink sauce was bombarded nonstop with complaints and negative reviews, Chef P decided to stop its production. She canceled all unshipped orders. You would think that this was the end of the pink sauce, but no. After a month of discontinuing the product, it was announced that Dave's Gourmet and Chef P have entered into a partnership to commercialize the pink sauce. Dave's Gourmet was famous for its hot and pasta sauces. Dave's Gourmet's president, David Newman, said in a statement, "In less than a week, we nailed it. Our R&D team was able to reformulate the sauce to match Chef P's exact color and flavor profile for the product and, at the same time, change some of the ingredients to make the sauce less complicated, dairy-free, and clean of any preservatives, artificial colors, or flavors. The public will end up receiving a shelf-stable version of the sensational sauce that Chef P envisioned in her Miami kitchen. Now that Chef P's pink sauce is hitting the stores soon, she would like to have a fresh start. Clearly, she didn't want the bad history of her sauce tainting her image. She was given this chance to redeem her name and correct whatever mistakes she had made in the past. She's not been professional when people have criticized her sauce. She didn't handle the criticism well, and instead of owning up to her mistakes as a new business owner, she became enraged at anyone who would badmouth her sauce. She didn't take it well when people pointed out that her sauce was not FDA approved. She went ballistic defending her product up to the point where she was talking nonsense. Chef P tried to win over the public when she sat down for an interview on the Karama show together with Allured Beauty, the person whose video went viral after finding glitter inside the pink sauce bottle. It turned out that Allured Beauty had sent the sauce to a lab for testing, and this is something Chef P wasn't happy about. Ali, also known as Allured Beauty on TikTok, has been very kind and polite all through the interview. Chef P confronted Ali and accused her of trying to tear down her business and livelihood. Chef P believed that it was wrong for Ali to send a sauce sample for lab testing after she stuck her finger inside the bottle. But we all knew that the only reason Ali did that was to remove the glitter from the bottle. While watching the show, it appeared to me that the host and the audience were all cheering for Chef P. I didn't understand how they could side with Chef P when obviously she was the only person to be blamed. But Ali kept her poise and explained why she said those things in her video. She just pointed out the things that should and shouldn't be in a food product. She continued by saying that Chef P should have reached out to her personally if she was bothered by her review. But Chef P responded that Ali was not special enough, and the audience cheered. This I did not get at all. The audience probably didn't know the whole story and viewed Chef P as a victim of bullying. Nonetheless, Chef P was just being rude to Ali, telling her to her face that she wasn't special. She was a paying customer, and even the host, who was biased toward Chef P, had called out her behavior. He told Chef P that anyone who buys her product or takes the time to do a review should be treated special. Chef P tried to work her way out by saying that the customers should be the ones to check the quality of her product and send her a full report on what needed to be changed or improved. This is utterly delusional. Why would customers do this? It should be the business owner, like Chef P, who is responsible for supervising the production and delivery of the product. If there are any glitches, no one but the business owner should be blamed. Chef P should have known better. She should have known that everything in food production should be perfect, from the ingredients to packaging to shipment. The host on the Karama show wasn't much help. After siding with Ali for a few seconds, he also accused Ali of ruining Chef P's business. Because of this, the show received tons of negative comments on the internet. This episode was removed from the official YouTube channel of the Karama show. Ali was given the chance to speak her side without any judgment or accusation on Tozi's channel. When asked if she was ever going to release the result of the pink sauce's lab test, she answered that it was unnecessary because she believed that Chef P was working on fixing and improving her sauce. She also didn't want any bad blood between her and Chef P. After this fiasco, Chef P would reintroduce her pink sauce, this time with the help of a reputable company. What do you think of the pink sauce? Is it worth a try, or is this just another trend that will eventually pass? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Stay tuned for our next video. Are you not entertained? If you are, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.